welcome to episode number
58.
nice. Job. Yeah, 58. We are in a different setting. We are at
Marriott
Courtyard by Marriott in
in a Ravali.
Ravali, yeah, next to Faridabad. We got a
Shriram School represent.
sure. We got a staycation, and then but when these things come about, we are like, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So yeah, so we're here
For no reason, we live together.
Yeah.
We have a house of our own.
Isn't this our first staycation as a married couple?
Sure.
Yeah, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's true.
Unless you count our 2 nights at Hyatt after the wedding.
No, I don't count that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I'm gonna start with I'm very low on energy and I'm extremely tired and lethargic and sleepy because I've been a little sick and
Little sick?
I've been pretty sick.
Pretty
and
sick?
I was very sick and I haven't fully recovered.
And why is that? Because she did not seek medical help. However, when Archit is sick, first thing Natasha does is call for telemedicine, and medication, and doctors.
Okay,
But when I tell her no, and then when I say that when I'm sick and I go no, and then you're like, you always do
No,
this.
one
You are
second.
like your father. Even he doesn't do it.
When
You
do I
also
say
do
that?
it. It's so funny. It's
Okay, I
so
think-
funny.
No.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. No, I'll correct you there.
No.
When I'm sick, when it's a different sickness, I do take medication.
What is different thing?
I had food poisoning. Medicine for food poisoning would have constipated me, and I did not need that in my life.
Gosh, that's
And
really not
funnily-
what listeners want to hear.
I don't care. You guys have to know everything about me.
Yeah.
Us.
The 5 listeners.
And
that we have.
funnily, like, I'm still, I haven't taken like proper medication, but I have taken like
It's not a sense of pride. that you should be
Ayurvedic
taking.
medication.
What Ayurvedic medication are you taking?
My long goli. You know what? I bet you that people know about this. So people who take crushed up clove powder with chili and salt when they have food poisoning, fucking message me. Funnily, I'm still pretty blocked up, and even eating a tiny bit of food gets me really full, and that's how I'm feeling right now. So I will be a little low on energy today, which is why we have selected a topic that is unenergetic.
Oh, interesting. What's this topic?
serious.
We have selected this topic because Archit does not know what this.
Hey, my chai is brewing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Natasha has taken a glass, filled it up with ice, put a tea bag, and just left it outside for slow soaking.
It's called cold brew, no?
Yeah, but like you understand like how germs work, right? Like the ones that you keep on.
Wait,
talking
there's
about.
germs inside and there's germs outside.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Tomorrow all your food is gonna be cooked outside. I'm gonna cook in the
I
balcony.
can't think straight right now. I'm feeling fucked up. Anyway,
You want me to hold it? I feel like
I
you
love
have no
that.
energy. Yeah.
Thank you. Cool.
What's
So-
that topic?
Not a topic really, but a question I'd like to ask you, and then I can answer myself.
Okay.
And let me set some set the stage
Okay.
or something. Have you've seen the movie The Vow?
No.
I made you watch it recently. Channing Tatum, Rachel McAdams.
Oh, where she dies, where he dies. One of them
die.
Oh,
They meet with an accident,
yeah.
and she wakes up. and
Forgotten everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
she's
she's
forgotten
she's an artist with the biggest warehouse, but she's poor
yeah.
in the middle of Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So if touch wood.
Make sure that's good. This is pure bone. Okay.
If I were to wake up having forgotten everything, what would you tell me about us?
Oh, interesting. Um, I'd say that we met each other 5 years ago, which I know is incorrect,
Almost 5 years.
but it's almost 5 years. Um, I tell her that we fell in love while making food and eating food, and a lot of our life has been around food, and that's something that I know Natasha, even if like she takes the biggest tumble, will never not love.
I don't love food right now.
I mean, sure, when she has food poisoning, the maybe she doesn't love food that much. That makes sense. But in most cases, that'll be the case. And then I tell her that I am a very sweet boy, and that we got married last year, and have been living together far away from anyone else. Well, 10 minutes away from our parents, but far away from anyone else. And I think that should be convincing enough, honestly, for you to be like, I don't know this person, but it's gonna be a fun life if I choose this person.
I don't think I'd be convinced by that. Any era can be like, I love food and you love food and we love food together. And we got married. I'd be like, oh.
I mean, honestly, if you honestly lose your memory and you see me, all you do is talk to your mother. And you'll be like, "Mummy, mummy."
Like, I feel. Okay. Would you like recap our memories? What would you mention?
I'd mention our first pop-up together. I'd mention our trips. So I'd mention like Kasoli when I was sick and you took care of me. I'd mention our trip to Turkey. I'd mention Sri Lanka. I'd also talk about all the like like all the ups and downs that we've had, like your little injury on your forehead. I'd mention how that happened. I'd fully put the blame on you. Then
But would you like remind me of things or would you try to get me to like fall for you again?
I mean, if it was the same situation as what Channing
Or
had,
B,
then I'd try and make you fall in love with me again.
how will you do it?
I'd do it by doing what I did last time.
What? Finding me on Hinge?
No. You'd already be in the hospital. I know, where you are.
Would you send me a long voice note?
Yeah, I'd send you a long voice note. I'd take you out for pizza. I'd take
What
you
if I
on
don't wanna eat?
go-karting. If you don't want to eat, we'll change it up. What is this?
I feel so full. I feel like you're not taking this seriously, babe.
Okay, I think you have a vision in your head. Why don't you talk about that? What would you do to me? What did you do to me?
I don't know. I don't want you to lose your memory.
Okay, then.
I guess, like, yeah, I would want to relive things that we've done.
Yeah.
So I'd like, I don't know, like, plan a trip to Turkey.
Yeah.
I would obviously not recreate the pop-up, like, that's so difficult.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I guess like the reason I'm asking is that we're close to being together for 5 years now, and you never pause and look at the moment that you're in. You kind of just like keep going. So when you're sitting now and you look back, you don't you can't pinpoint the things that were like really special, or like the moments that you felt like there was a lot of love there. Like, sure, I can be like, oh, our trip to Turkey was great, but like I can't sit and think of that one time we spent together in the house doing absolutely nothing, or like just watching TV together, and like that was just special, you know?
We had that like last week when we made those bagel sandwiches and we chilled. And then like we just vegetated.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when I look back, I don't think we can I don't think. Okay, like you're remembering it last week, but you don't remember it from 2 years ago, or 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
The little things.
Yeah, and I feel like the little things are way more impactful in life than the big things. So, like, yes, you can take a trip, and yes, you can cook food together, and yes, you can go out for dates and go karting and watch a movie. But like, I feel like it's the smaller things that actually like
Make a relationship.
make a relationship.
She's, guys, audio listener, she's just cupping her hands for no reason and like looking at them as if something magical will come out of them.
Yeah, and yeah, it just got me thinking, I guess.
What did it get you thinking about though? That you don't remember the small things.
Yeah,
Do you want to remember the small things?
yeah.
So remember them, no? Start writing them. There's this new app on the Apple iPhone called Journal.
There's this new app called, I don't remember. You must have seen it. You know how I have widgets on my phone with photos? So it's like a widget app, and like I can add like a person to it. So let's say I add you to it, and then we send each other like live updates, and it updates on the widget. So you send me a photo of like people. Oh, I'm working on today's tweet. We send you a photo, and you send it, and it updates on my phone in the widget app, so I can see what you've written and the photo you've sent, and then I can reply to you similarly, and then it show up on your phone. Isn't that cool?
No.
Okay, it's cool for Arishi and me because
Yeah.
we're long distance BFF.
Yeah. I think like for us itself, like I do think like one of the things that's really like bothersome to me or things that really like irk me sometimes is that a lot of like our lives, like you and I doing things, is stuck onto the weekends.
Yeah.
Like we don't really get to do a whole lot on the weekdays,
Yeah.
which is sometimes really frustrating,
You're
especially.
telling me I get like I just sit by myself all day. It's lonely.
Yeah, I know. And I sit in the traffic for 2.5 hours every day.
Yeah.
And it's like there are such time, like spaces in time where we're just wasting times of our lives. Like those 2.5 hours are a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
And you could be doing so much more. So like the days that I do have like a work from home, I actually get to like, we get to do so many things together. Just like being together is such a good thing. I think that's something that is going to shape the way that like I think of my personal career as well. Is it's like how can I maximize my time with family and maximize my time with Tashu currently. Currently being like
I was like, what are you hinting at?
आज कोई कल
I saw a child walking outside with a bunch of badminton rackets. I was like,
oh my god, let's go play.
the irony.
Um,
Oh crap. Sorry.
I think the way that like our parents looked at careers, or like at least my parents looked at careers, was like it was such an important part of their own identities, and I think of that too as mine. But I'm trying to think of like what is it that I want to do 20 years now, right? Like I've done lots of cool things in terms of a career, but I need to find something that like helps me do things outside of my career, help me live. And
Yeah.
that's something that I'm thinking of. It's completely off topic to what Natasha said, because
Yeah.
that was
I
just
guess I'm
strange.
also like I'm also thinking I don't know, I was trying to like look back at like can you identify moments where like things changed between us, or like there used to be so many things that we used to do that we don't do anymore.
Like,
I don't know. Like I can't even think.
she's really sick, guys. I think this
I also feel like I mean actually so last night we went out for dinner, which was lovely but such a bad idea on my part because I was like so full. Just so full. I'm still full. It's just gonna be full for the rest of the weekend. But like we were like in the car back and I was just like we don't go out anymore. We're always just at home and it's great because like we're still getting time together, but like there's a different mentality when you're like, okay, let's go out for dinner or like let's go out on a date, which like it's like the little things. And because like for the last 5 months now, 4 months, December, Jan, Feb, March, April, 5 months now. Hey, we've just like our lives have suddenly like just become very home oriented. I mean, obviously, like it's because we live together and like there is no need to go out because we have our privacy at home. But it's the little things that we used to do earlier that we don't do anymore. And I'm not complaining. It's just like
Something.
it's I'm not complaining. It just made me realize how quickly things change and you don't catch on to it. And then it just becomes like habit. And then like it's so difficult to even recall what you used to do at one time.
Yeah.
So now when we go out also we're like going out with friends, I feel. Or I don't know, with someone.
I mean, I also think that that's just like how life kind of works. You've chosen to like the reason why you chose to live together was also because you wanted to spend a different dimension of your life together,
Of course.
right? So it adds to like you've never lived like this, and I understand what you're saying that like you want change in scenery. We can always incorporate more date nights. I just think that like
This
you know,
is so much deeper.
the funny thing is though, like whenever we do think of date nights and we think going out, we're like, why? Like let's just sit inside it. It's a collective agreement, not a one-sided agreement.
Yeah, I'm not. This is not a dig at you. This is a much larger realization
Yeah,
of like
maturity.
just how life is changing. 5 years is not a short time. We've grown in the 5 years that we've been
Yeah.
together. So it's just like it's just making me think of like what how many different things we see as we go along, and like there are certain things that we at least I hold on to. So like how do you identify those and how can you bring those back? And it doesn't have to be every day or every week or anything like that, but like it's just about like holding on to things because that's the foundation of your relationship, I guess.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah. What do you define as the foundation of our relationship? Like, are there specific actions that you believe are going to be foundational for us to move forward? Like, are there like specific edicts or
I feel like
events?
people are gonna be listening to this and be like, are they breaking up? What's going on?
No, Natasha's just
No,
having
we
a,
are not breaking
Natasha's
up.
having a grown-up moment and has decided, like, in her sickness,
I
to
feel like
share this on a
crying.
podcast. I have no idea why.
I have
But
tears coming out of my eyes. I don't know. I think it's because I'm really sick.
alright, guys, this is a weird, emotional time for Natasha. I don't think that she's.
Excuse
She,
me,
by the way,
I'm
she hasn't had food poisoning, I think, ever. Because this is the first time she's had it, and she's like, gosh, I feel so gassy. Gosh, I feel so tender.
Don't tell
And, and I'm like, yeah, that's what like food poisoning is. She's like, I've never had this before. I never had this before.
You know, when I get food poisoning, I get it for like half a day and then it goes away.
That's not food poisoning.
That's like one
Yeah.
funky plate of chole bhature is
Yeah.
what happens to me.
Yeah. So
And this time I'm just like, I've been like fucking dragged through the dirt. Like I feel so out. It's such an out of body experience. Anyway, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's the old age. For the last 3 days, we've also been discussing like my 30th birthday. We're not gonna tell anyone because they'll copy me.
Natasha wants to do a big 30th birthday. All I'm saying is Natasha wants to do a big 30th birthday. Which is 2 years from now, not even like next
It's a year and a half
Yeah.
from now.
So she's
For my 25th.
the funny thing is that there's another person that turns 30 before that. So,
Who, you?
yeah.
Uncle?
Which we've just forgotten all of a sudden.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You don't care about your birthday.
But my 30th is a big one. I'd rather care for that one.
Okay, if you'd rather care.
It's a decade away. It's like a decade, new decade.
Sure.
I remember when I did my 10th birthday, I like lost my mind. I was like, I've done a whole decade of this planet. I've been here for 10 years. I mean, like, whoa, I'm a decade old. I kept on telling everyone I'm one decade old.
I'm suddenly feeling really old.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, sorry, this has been a heavy day. Heavy sigh.
heavy sigh. Do you think that do you know that like 10 years ago you were just starting college? How does that make you feel?
That's not true though.
I mean-
Actually, well, yeah, it is actually very true. I was 18.
Yeah. How does that feel?
That no, I don't care actually, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like lately, I've just been feeling so weird and old, and like, this is life. And then I've also had moments of like, how long are we gonna live for? And that day, I remember, and I was like, what's the point of life anyway? Like, why are we even living? Like, what's my purpose? What have I fucking done? What, like, gone to school, gone to college, fucking switched like jobs 3 times. Now I'm at some fucking job that fucking like destroys my happiness. What's the point of life? And how long am I gonna keep doing this for? Sometimes I'm like, fucking like, should have studied science or something and become a scientist. At least I'd be doing like, I'd be making a change to the world. What am I doing?
There's this website I
I'm
just
not
learned
making
about.
any changes in my podcast, guys. Podcasts at work.
Oh, yeah.
This one's making all the changes. Thank you. You're welcome.
What? There's this website. I'll link it into this if I find it. But it's basically this website, this company that helps you find jobs in your area that will actually help change the world in a good way.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
based on your skill sets, you can apply for jobs that are very specific to
I don't
what
think
world change you can do.
I don't think production ability and styling ability
Right.
and editing
What if you
ability.
join a documentary crew?
I don't know if I can bear this heat anymore. Another sign that I'm too fucking old. Because, like, 3 years ago, I was, like, out shooting and it was fucking, like, 50-degree weather and I was okay. And now, like, I can see the sun outside the window and I'm feeling alright.
Yeah, but it's a mental thing. Like, if you find purpose for what
I'm in such a bad mental place today.
that's okay, baby.
And when we were driving, I wanted to cry.
Why?
I don't know.
It was feeling like this a couple of months ago as well, and it's hard.
It's not my work. Like, I think it's just because I haven't been feeling well.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the realest episode of this podcast called Third Wheel.
Yeah, it's life is strange, and we're in a space where we have a lot of like. There are times in life where you are guided completely. So like college is a very guided time. Even work in the first couple of years of work, once you got a job, you kind of have an idea of what you want to do, or what you think you can do, and what that ladder looks like. And then you change jobs and you find other ladders to kind of grow towards. And then now we're at a space where we're married as well. We have opportunities to think about what we want to do next in our lives, and even if we don't talk about them, express those as plainly as we're doing right now, your mind and the times where you're just alone by yourself, your thoughts, those are the times where your mind will start questioning your actions in general. And we're at a time where we have lots of these roads and we have to kind of take decisions on what we want to do. And if we don't, it's okay. You can still go with the flow because you are still on a path and that'll be fine. But you can take chances, you can take risks, and there isn't a big loss if you take a risk right now. But in the future, those risks become more expensive or more difficult and
right
challenging.
now, we're only responsible for our own lives.
Yeah.
I think it's also because we've gotten married and we've got the house and stuff like that. And then, like, for the next couple of years at least, this is gonna be it.
Yeah.
Till, like, the next step. It's just like,
The
you
next step is
suddenly,
party.
Actually, that's happening in 7 months.
That's how happened. in 7 months.
Artit's getting me a puppy. And it's gonna be a surprise. But I know about it.
The puppy is when she turns 30. The puppy is when she turns 30, guys.
Actually, I'll get you a puppy when you turn 30.
1.
30.
1.
30.
1.
Anywho. Phew, what happened to me? It's like some Atma got
but
into
I'm so
me.
glad. I think one of the episodes that we'll do in the future is also just like navigating careers, because it's something that I'm thinking about consistently. Is
Yeah.
like what I want to do next. And it's something that takes a lot of time to like figure out, and yeah, we just vent that out because that's what this is.
Yeah, this podcast,
If you
as a
think-
reminder,
Yeah.
was always supposed to be the two of us just having a conversation and you guys just being there listening.
Yeah.
And this was pretty much just that, like, I guess something we haven't talked about till now, and like it came out with emotion and
Yeah.
poops.
Yeah. And we have lots of new stuff going on in our lives that we have to share with you, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, little low.
I'm such a downer today.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
I'm so full, guys. That's the problem.
All right. On that note, Natasha, any content advice or content
Ooh.
suggestions
Yeah, so the best film ever made by Indian cinema,
in the last year?
ever made, is out on Netflix. It's called Lapata Ladies.
Yeah.
Watch it. You'll feel so good about life.
Yeah. Now, I have a great content suggestion as well. I listened to this podcast called 99% Invisible, and this week they did an episode on Mumbai and specifically on the Towers of Silence, which are the Parsi burial grounds. It's something that we were taught about, or like we learned about in school. Do you remember why we were taught about them?
No.
Because at the time there was the area is called Dungarwadi, and over there you have these towers where vultures come and eat the
Yeah.
bones of dead people, or
Eat the
the flesh of dead people, and the vultures are by far the best birds of prey to kind of eat those
Scavengers.
scavengers. To
In
eat those.
school, all the teachers used to say scavengers.
Yeah. So they are the best to eat them. But in the last 20 years, all the vultures
Vultures are
have died
dying.
because they've been feeding on cattle, and cattle, they use medication that kills them, basically. It's a great episode on what is happening to them. How is the Parsi community kind of like navigating culture with this like newfound ecological challenge? It's really cool. It's something that like I remembered exactly what we were taught in school, and I realized that it's been 20 years since we've had this conversation, and it's still a sad state.
We're so old.
So it's really fascinating. Do give it a listen. Beautiful, beautiful episode.
Awesome.
All right.
Watch Lapata Ladies.
Yeah, definitely watch Lapata
It's
Ladies.
so good.
It's the best time to be watching it. Nice, sunny.
I think I need to watch it.
Yeah.
Downer.
All right. On that note,
Okay.
see you.
See you.
Bye.